Okay, welcome to Fighting CB Plays. Today we're going to be playing on the Xtreme Idiots server for Minecraft. This is Minecraft 1.7.10 pack. It's a mod pack. And I've been playing on the server for quite a while. And I have a fair amount accomplished in here. Some stuff I've acquired by players leaving. A lot of stuff I've acquired by just me doing stuff. So once I get logged in, I'll actually be able to show you around a bit. Here we go. Give it a second. Say hello to my adoring fans. So this is my machine room. We'll explain all this later. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. This is my main room. This is a clear glass floor from Tinker's Construct. And yeah, I dug all this out by hand. And I made a yin yang down there just because I thought it went with the circle theme. This is from Applied Energetics. This is the ME storage. It's turns all my inventory into digital information and stores everything in here. And this thing in my hand actually remotely accesses my inventory, so I can pull inventory out. All this is everything I have in my inventory right now. And then over here is my crafting terminal for my ME system. So once again, all my items that are in my storage, and then if there's something I want to craft, let's say I need some sticks, that would come into my wood. I would make some wood, throw the logs back in, and then I could make some sticks. And as long as I have the material in here, I can keep clicking on it and it'll just put stacks in my inventory down here. And I can put it back into my storage, and now I don't have tons and tons of chests just laying around taking up space. Everything is neat and tidy, and as you can see, I've got holes in my walls and need to be straightened up, and got some decorating to do. I grow all of my resources. Oops, I need to. These are magic crops. I've crafted all these seeds, and this machine in the middle is a farming station, and the crops grow. They have growth pulsers under them to make them grow faster, and the farming station automatically goes around and harvests them. And my growth pulsar is off center. It's not harvesting these. At least this last row. Yeah, it's not catching that last row. I have to recenter that one. But it automatically harvests all these. I'm growing diamonds and gold and iron and copper and redstone and obsidian, and growing chickens and cows and spiders for string, and all kinds of stuff. And I'm growing pumpkins and melons, and I should actually stop these. I don't need as many as I've got. I currently have 550,000 pumpkins in my inventory. But I'll just let that run. It's not hurting anything. And my storage system can take it. Each one of these cells holds an item, or holds 64 items. And yeah, it's not even been touched. Once one of these cells starts to get even remotely filled up, it'll start to turn yellow, then orange, then red. And currently everything's still green. So with everything I've got in my storage system, I've still got lots and lots of room for stuff. So down here, I'm wearing power armor, which absorbs my shocks and stuff from falling, so I don't have to worry about falling. This is called a big reactor. This is basically a nuclear reactor, and I made a really big reactor. My fuel is automatically put in, and over here it's automatically taken out, except for that one block there. This is where my power goes out. This reactor's making 283,000 RF per tick, which doesn't mean a lot to some people, but that's okay. Then this is just the beginning of a battery that I'm making to store my power, and this holds 410 gig RF. So when I shut down my reactor, and I can actually run it for about a week before I have to turn it back on to recharge my battery. But then I have to charge my battery for quite a while. Let's see. Down here I have a small machine room, which I'm going to eventually move up to the big one and repurpose this area, but I'm still using it to do a lot of processing. Oh, that's done. Let's get some more blizz rods in there. Where did that go? There it is. It's a special sword made by somebody who was leaving the server. He actually gave me his base, which I'll go check that out in a bit. This is a place that I have for an XP spawner. Just a place to sit here and waste some time, make some XP. So, nothing fancy. I might make it more productive one of these days. Maybe. And that goes into my reactor. My son, TWA 213, that stands for the Wizard's Apprentice. He moved my Tinker's Construct smelter over here, but it never got finished. Because I'm not really doing much with Tinkers anymore. I need to finish this room and get this optimized again. So any new people that come on, I can help them with tinkers, and you'll notice that there's fog. And that's because I'm at Y level 12. I'm down near bedrock, and it gets foggy when you get low, but once I start going up, the fog disappears. So this is where my son TWA 213 started. He's actually building a base somewhere else now, but this was his initial spot. I'm a donator on this server, so that's why I got the fly feature. And you'll notice this big platform up here. I am building a castle up here. I actually built part of it, and I'm going to start doing videos of me building this castle, kind of tutorial style. And so I'll build a portion of it, and then I'll show the last section of what I'm building as I go along. I might time lapse the building portion of it so that I can make videos of tutorial style. We'll see. Then over here I'm actually building it's a space battleship. I miscalculated, my math was off. I wanted this block right here to actually end up even with this block, and I was off by 10 blocks when I laid the keel down. And once I discovered that I was off that much, I already had a lot of this done, so I said I'm not going to move it, I'll just make do. I'm going to make it like it's in dry dock. That's kind of what I'm building down here. This is actually going to come up and be supporting the ship. But you're all going to say, but it looks like a ocean-going ship, and it's like, well, yeah, you would be right. This space battleship was taken from a 1970s cartoon called Star Blazers. It's from Japan, and what they did was they built the battleship inside the sunken battleship of the Japanese battleship Yamato, and then it ended up launching it into space to save the Earth. Really good series. If you ever get a chance to look up Star Blazers, you should. I really enjoy it. It's not for everybody, but I enjoy it. So, oops, there's a wall there. And running is faster than flying. When I first got started on this server, I was looking around. This is called a crag biome, and I really like the crags because the stone is really cool looking and they're really tall. And I hunted around for this and found one, so I started digging here because there was actually a bit of an abandoned mine right here, so I made this the start of my home. And then obviously as I dug down, I moved all my stuff further down, and once I got down to this area, I actually found a ravine right here that stretched that way, and it stretched that way. And this is actually part of that ravine. It came up and worked its way up out, and it came over and went down, and so I was like, this will make a good home, and I dug all this out by hand and have done all this. Oh yeah, there's one more area I haven't shown you. Up here, this is where I'm starting my auto crafting room. Let's see, make sure nothing is queued up. In here I can tell this to start crafting items. Here it is, Yellorite. This is the fuel for my reactors, and see here it's taking the essence from the magic crops, combining them to make Yellorite ore, and that Yellorite ore will automatically be taken into my ultimate furnace over my big machine room, and smelted down into ingots, and then the ingots will go into my inventory, and I can craft those into blocks, which will then be automatically taken into my reactor. So, and then I did just start crafting iron, because my space battleship I'm actually making out of iron, and using the chisel, which can change the blocks that I use. And give them different textures. So I click on the chisel. I seriously almost pointed at the screen to say I was going to take this tool. But yeah, I'm going to take the chisel here with an iron block, and I can actually make all these different blocks out of one iron block. All I do is just click on it, and I now have 64 blocks that look like that, but they're still iron blocks, and I can craft them back too if I so choose. So now we're going to go to my new base. Now we are going to start outside. Because the outside is really cool. Give it a second to load. Yeah, the guy hadn't been on in like a year. He had issues with one of the admins, and he was giving stuff away, and I came out to his base and I was like, what are you going to do with the base? And he said he wasn't going to do anything with it. So I was like, well, why don't you abandon your claim? I'll claim it and I'll keep it. So I now own this claim and this amazing dragon. And this castle he built is just really awesome. I only claimed the castle, I didn't claim this tower. That's owned by somebody else over there. I didn't see that up there, so I don't know who owns that. I have to check that out, see what that is. But the time and effort that he put into this, just this castle, is just phenomenal, and he just abandoned it. And I've got all the resources that he has inside. These statues are just amazing. And yeah, some of them are vibrating and shaking their heads, and but this is his Hall of Legends. So, like this. I like this tunnel here. It's made out of sky blocks. Not sure how to get them, but it's kind of cool because it looks like you're in the middle of nowhere. And this room, it doesn't really work. I haven't figured out exactly what it's supposed to do yet. So this is his biodome that he built. Not quite finished with it, and I can do more with it. This spot is an elevator. It's a little glitchy, so I prefer my fly to doing this. He was doing some different mod work in here. Where did that come from? Don't know, but it's dead. And then this is the floor we came in on. This was a room they were working on called Whack-A-Pig. Sounds like it was going to be a mini game of some sort. Big long hallway. This is the mechanism reactor. This puts out a lot of power, and I used to use one of these a long time ago, but I haven't in a long time, and I'm not sure anymore how to make it function. So I will have to look into that. This is that battery I had back at my base, which had 400 gig. This is his battery, and he has 100 trillion. So his battery puts mine to shame. This is all his auto crafting, which is currently not set up for anything that I know of. I'll have to go in and check each one of those and see if it's queued for anything. And I got to get storage disks into here, build up his system again. There's just so much amazing stuff here that some of it I have no clue what it is, but I inherited it for free because he was leaving. So but this thing with all the creeper heads, this is Thaumcraft. It's a rune matrix. There's 2 of them, and I have no clue what it's for. I'll find somebody who can tell me. So. But I think that's about it for... Oh, there's one more level. Up here he's got some more odds and ends, but the detail that he put in to this place. Where is that coming from? There, take care of you. The secret which must never be told again. The people who know the secret. The guy who left and Ariel 2308. I actually know Ariel 2308, so I'll have to ask what the secret is. So, yeah. A lot of stuff for me to learn over here and figure out. And this elevator in and of itself is pneumatic craft. I've never used it, but if I press the silly green button, it doesn't work. Oh, there it goes. There we go. And then I choose the level I want to go to. Yeah, you can see that it's glitchy. And that's why I use fly. Come on. No. So, okay. On that note, I think I will say goodbye and we will chat at you later.